Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Best Friends Show Gems. It's been a while, Nick.
It's been a long while. I believe it's been like 3-4 months.
So. I know, right? And unfortunately, when that happens, we accumulate a lot of stuff, but that's good for you guys. So, you know what? Without talking too much, hey, let's get right to it.
I got some pretty cool stuff to show today. We're going to start with the small stuff first.
All right.
As you all know, I've said it over and over again, I love Game Boy Advance to death. So first, we got Mario and Luigi Superstar RPG. I played Super Mario RPG, and I've really enjoyed this game. I mean, it shares a lot of the same gameplay mechanics and elements from it.
Yeah, they kind of try to follow suit with that one, kind of following the footsteps of Mario RPG when making those games, I hear.
Yeah, so. And it's pretty fun, so check it out if you have it.
Okay.
Next is F-Zero GP Legend.
Nice. Game's hard.
Yes, it's very hard. And, you had the first F-Zero that came out for Game Boy Advance, and it's more like the original. This one's a more updated version, looks a little slicker and whatnot. So check that out if you haven't. It's a solid play.
It was based on a cartoon for a while too. So.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, they have different characters in it.
Mm-hmm.
Another awesome game. I just kind of bought thinking, whatever, but it ended up being really fun.
One of the most underrated Mario Kart games. This is good. It's really good. It's on the level of the 64 version.
Do they do 4-player for it?
Yep, we can do 4-player for it.
We should do something like that sometime for another video.
Actually, in my version down here, I actually have 2 copies in my box down there. So,
I got another one.
You got a third one.
Talk to Ben V.
And Ben V, and we'll be ready to go.
And another awesome game, solid always as always, Kirby Amazing Mirror. I always played Nightmare in Dreamland when I was a kid, and so I finally started playing this one, and this one's pretty sweet as well.
Yeah, that one's awesome because it has the 4 Kirby's, kind of they help each
the
other
4
out.
Swords. They kind of took that and used it for their own, so that's pretty cool.
Pretty badass, man. Nice, dude. Very nice. Okay, so my turn. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with something that I know nobody knows about, and that is this game from the creators of the people who made Alone in the Dark series, Too Dark. Now, Too Dark is an indie PS4 game, and dude. I mean, this game is not for the faint of heart. I mean, the beginning intro has some disturbing stuff. If you're a parent and you have children, you'll understand what I'm saying. But if your children get kidnapped, and I'll just let it go from there. But it's pretty much a top-down game, kind of it reminds you of kind of like Zelda in a way, but not action-oriented, but more like clue-solving puzzles. And it has a mixture of a lot of stuff, but it's really scary. It's definitely a survival horror game. So if you want a physical copy of Too Dark, check out Amazon or eBay. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Cool case too, man. I like that.
Yeah, because with a little book in there and everything, man. It's pretty cool.
Fancy.
Curse Castilia. Most of you guys already know I have this game. If you want to know more, check out the 2 videos I did the gameplay video and a review breaking the seal on it. So
I haven't seen him in a while, and I came over a couple 2 weeks ago, and he was like, "You have to play this game." And it's awesome.
I actually beat the game, but I got the bad ending. I got the worst ending the first time without getting the crystals, and then I got the bad ending because I continued too much. If you die too much, then you make a deal with the Grim Reaper and he takes your life. It's messed up. But anyways, next game, Little Nightmares, another awesome game. Now, this is a sealed copy of the game. I actually this is my second copy of it because my first copy was sent to me damaged. So I actually beat the game already, but I haven't broken the seal on this one yet. So maybe I'll do that in another video. But Little Nightmares, another cool game.
You have to sneak around a lot. It's really dark and eerie, very creepy.
Yeah, the little girl in this. I mean, she has, I don't know what it is with her, man, but there's parts in the game where she gets really hungry, and it's I don't know, it's like some kind of parasite in her. When she gets hungry, I mean, she'll get bread, and then she'll want more than bread, of course, and then, man, she just goes all out in a part of the game. It's pretty crazy.
I think someone told me that there is some theory based around that game.
Well, it's based off a comic book. So I seen some of the comic book a while back, but yeah, I'll talk about it in a later video. Maybe I'll do a review on it or something.
Hey, yeah, that'd be awesome actually.
And I picked this up. This was a video game rescue, even though I own it already. I don't know if you guys can see my Mighty Number 9 up there, signature edition. But GameStop had it for sale for $17, brand new. I picked up this extra copy, video game rescue. maybe I'll hold on to it, sell it later on, something like that, or give it to a friend who might need it. But yeah, just Mighty Number 9. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what else is good to say about the game.
You know, it's kind of funny because my roommate's a huge Mega Man fan, and he was just like, he played it, and he played all the way through, and he was still like, well, it's not Mega Man. Yeah, he was still pretty bitter.
And his buddy played the
about how it was.
PS3 version of the game, which is glitchy as heck.
It is.
So-
It's very glitchy.
So that's your turn, brother.
Cool. Well, next year, first game I'm gonna go with is Uncharted Golden Abyss, and for PS Vita, and this game is awesome. I mean, PS Vita was known to have games that were really rushed, underdeveloped, didn't do very well, and this is one of them where they really hit the nail on. This game is awesome. It plays super well.
Out of all the bad
Looks
guys in the Uncharted games, this one has my favorite bad guy. I forgot what the dude's name is, but he's like sarcastic, like he makes jokes, like stupid jokes, like Drake does in the games, like
Is that the guy that was like his
jokes.
partner in the first part of the game?
No, not him, not
Oh,
him.
okay.
It's the freaking General Colonel dude. I can't remember what his name was, but he always says "Senior Drake." Like he's like always like it's hilarious, dude. Like, but yeah, what else you got?
Next I have another game for PS Vita, Mortal Kombat. And this is the complete edition, comes with Freddy Krueger and all that mess. This is awesome. I mean, you know, you probably all play Mortal Kombat by now, but I love this game, and it's on the PS Vita. It doesn't look as great, but it plays very smooth. Controls are great. I'm so glad they ported this to the Vita.
Very cool, man.
And since we're on the topic of Mortal Kombat XL, this is another awesome game. I absolutely love it. My favorite character is Aaron Black. He
I
totally
knew you were gonna say
he reminds me of John Marston, man, from Red Dead. He's a freaking badass. And, you know, of course you probably know about it, but Leatherface, Jason, Alien and Predator.
They did a good job on Jason in that game, man.
Yeah, they did a really good job. This is just such an awesome Mortal Kombat. I can't wait for the next one they're going to make. I know Injustice 2 came out, so hopefully the next year and a half we'll hear about another one of these. And last but not least for this is going to be Mega Man Zero Collection. We did an episode a while back, and I got Mega Man X-02.
Zero 2, yeah.
And I actually found this for like, I think it was like $5, and I could not pick it up. So I'm glad to have it, and I can play them all on the DS.
There you go, man. Sweet, man. And that version it's easier than the Game Boy Advance version, so.
Yeah, I did notice that actually.
Yeah, definitely.
It was
that
a
is
little
definitely
easier
cool.
than the other ones.
Alright, so here I'll show off 2. I've been wanting to get this game for years. Finally was able to get it on the cheap. 50 Cent Blood on the Sand. And this is a freaking it's a 2-player co-op game, but unfortunately the 2-player mode has been is gone because the server is no longer working for it.
Probably in the last like 6 years.
Yeah, it sucks,
7
dude.
years.
I mean, I wanted to play this with Joe, man. Me and Joe were gonna take 50 Cent, the G Unit, over to Afghanistan and handle our business, but we weren't able to do that, man. So I had to go solo. But
I think it's so funny that 50 Cent had video games made after him, and they're actually not terrible.
no, they're actually pretty
not
good.
bad.
I mean,
they're pretty solid.
So,
third
yeah,
persons.
pretty solid games, and you know it's got a good soundtrack, and I guess the G Unit's cool. Story's hilarious. You know, it's like kind of like a campy like action story or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But, you know, a diamond skull or some weird stuff I was looking at. It was weird.
Yeah.
Next game here, I was able to get. I was lucky enough to be one of the 2,000 people that was able to get this in 20 seconds when Limited Run released this on their website. This is Darius Burst. Is it Darius Burst? Yeah, Chronicle Survivors. Now, basically, this is the PS4 version. This is 2 games in one. You get the arcade version, and then you get the Darius Burst version. So it's 2 different games. The arcade version is cool because you can play up to 4 players on it. You know, which on the same screen. Now, unfortunately, there's no online for it. You know, a lot of shoot 'em up games don't really have online mode because I guess who knows. But,
I mean, to put a lot of time and development into an online mode might seem silly to some.
But I was able to get it, and I was shocked. I didn't think I was gonna be able to get it. But happy to have it. They are releasing one on the Vita, but that one's just. I can't keep spending money on different games. Just get it on one main console and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's I'm done with that turn. You're up next, buddy.
All right. So we just came back from SRG. We went yesterday. So here's one of the pickups I got from that. I was kind of planning to spend some money, but there was nothing really that caught my eye too much. But our boy John Riggs making them great repros. So picked myself up Metroid Rogue Dawn. If you ever heard of this yet, it's just a hack of the original Metroid.
But it's actually made different, like it's a whole new game.
It's completely its own game.
Yeah, definitely.
I will not say that. I cannot say that enough.
Yeah.
It is so well done. You know, Samus doesn't flash anymore, like in the original version. It's unbelievable.
I didn't know they were going to be able to put it on an NES cart, so they were able to do that, and it works really good. Wow.
I was playing it all last night, and it is absolutely fantastic. The graphic palettes for it are just so detailed. I mean, it's just unbelievable what they did with it. And you can shoot up, which is pretty nice. And you don't start out with like that little like half beam, you know.
Yeah, that's lame, dude. I can't believe they did that. Like, give us something like worthy, you know.
Yeah. And the next game I'm gonna show, it's actually pretty awesome, solid beat 'em up. Batman Returns for the Super Nintendo. You know, if you're a fan of Michael Keaton Batman movies, you'll love this game. But as far as the gameplay mechanics go, it's pretty well done. You know, you can easily play it for like an hour and be satisfied with it.
It's cool because it actually changes things up. Like the first level's a beat 'em up and everything. The next level turns into like a kind of like you're throwing the batarangs at beating enemies.
Yeah, you're like on a train or something.
Then there's a driving level, which is really cool. I mean, the game keeps things fresh, so it's not you won't feel like it's just a mindless beat 'em up. I mean, it has enough like changes to keep things fresh. So very solid game. Total underrated fighting.
Totally underrated. And dude, you could find this for like $14, $15 somewhere. It's generally pretty cheap, so pick it up.
This is when Konami was on their game, not like the Konami of today that
let's not talk about Konami
that blacklist
today.
their employees.
Yeah.
All right.
Next, I got some Wii titles to show off. Super Mario Galaxy. I haven't played, you know, much Wii games. Like, I think I played this for like a couple minutes, like back when I was like, I don't know, 15 or something like that. And to come back and actually play this game, I was just playing Mario 64 and picked this bad boy up and played it, and it's really fun. It's surprisingly very fun.
Yeah.
You know, if you haven't played it already, I'm sure if you're watching this, you probably have. Anyway, check it out. It's great. Okay. And not my most favorite Smash Brothers, but Brawl. Yesterday, we were on our way back, stopped by a pawn shop. I found this for $5. I was not going to turn that shit.
Yeah, it was hilarious. We were there, and we were like looking at their Wii games. We were like, you pulled out Smash. I was like, damn, you found that there?
I saw it, I was like, oh, shit.
Every Wii game had a price, just about had a price on it. Smash didn't have a price on it. So I was like, oh my God, I hope they're not going to try to like look it up or nothing like that. Just
and that's what I thought they were doing. They took forever to do it. And anyway, to come out with this way for $5, it's totally fine. You know, I'm more of a fan of Melee. That's like my favorite. Fuck the tripping BS. Like, that's just some lame stuff. But Richie, what you got, man?
All right, man. So I got something pretty unique here. A lot of people are gonna be like, "What the hell is this?" But hey, my buddy Jared, Mr. Wizard's Reproductions, he actually created some games for me and Jason back in the day. Well, not created, but he put them in a physical format. He's the one that created the Metroid, another Metroid remake, 2 physical copy that I have, and he created another repo that I have for Sega CD, the greatest hits Sega CD games. So a lot of expensive games reproduction. But he actually did this game, Mega Man for the Sega Master System for me. Now this is a port of the Game Gear version to the Master System, so you can play it like that, which is really cool. So awesome. Whoever did the coding for it, like helped port it, they did a good job, you know, stuff. And then you could actually use a Genesis controller, which is cool. So very cool to be playing Mega Man on the Master System. They have a Mega Man game on there, and he did a really good job with the labels too.
Oh yeah, that looks
made it all color and everything, so he did all that. That's cool. So Jared really hooked it up, man. Thank you so much, brother. And the next game he made for me is a shoot 'em up, which is on the Game Gear as well. Aleste Part 2. You know, look at that cover art. Eric Bishop is the one that designed this cover art, but man, this game is awesome too to have on the Master System. Very well made.
Fantastic.
And another thing I want to tell people: if you have one of those devices like what's the 3-in-1 device that Hyperkin made for the Game Gear games and Master System to play on the Retron?
Oh, the Retron.
It's called 3-in-1 or whatever. Yeah. That thing actually works on the freaking regular console systems, like with real hardware, like Retron 3 and the Genesis and all that stuff. You can plug it in there and play your reproduction Master System games on there.
See, that's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm done with that. That's all I have for that. Just really cool to have those. And you're up next, buddy.
Cool. Right, so I'm gonna show off some consoles I've picked up in recent time.
There you go.
So I got myself an original DS. I found it at a Little Valley Village for like $10.
Is it weird looking at the screen on that one now, like coming from what we're at now? Because the screen kind of like is it somewhat dim? Like when you turn it
Yeah,
on?
it's definitely dim. The one thing I do like about this, and maybe some people would agree, is I love how it hold it in the shoulder buttons. It just has a really good feel to it. Because I had a DS Lite and I thought that thing was a piece of garbage. I mean, it looked nice and it was thin and small, but dude, I hated it. Too mushy for me. But yeah, I love the way this thing feels. Still works like a charm too, and this thing still ain't broken yet. So
cool, man.
We'll see when that happens.
Usually that's what the light version has, that little crack problem, that little not that one.
Next thing I'm going to show off is the Retro Duo Portable. I've had this for a while now, and I actually, it was funny because he was talking about the 3-in-1. This has obviously that NES add-on, and I tried it in the Retron 3 and it didn't work. Now the sound came through, but the picture didn't. So I haven't tried it with the Super Nintendo yet. So one day I'll find that out. But it is a really cool system. It's not perfect, but it really gets the job done. I think it's better than the first Superboy. I haven't really played the second Superboy enough. I played at Jason's house that one time, but not enough to really see how to compare it.
Yeah.
But I still think it's a solid system. It's cool that it comes with the controller so you can play 2-player. So if you want to play something on the go, pick one of these bad boys up. You can find them. I got mine for like $80 on Amazon.
Okay, cool, man.
And do you have anything else to show off?
Just these last three. Do you have one more thing to show off? I could
Yeah,
go.
so
I could
go
go.
ahead
I
and
could
do
go,
your
and you'll be last. So had this game already, but I got the variant version, Tumble Pop. This is a Sunsoft version, which I'll show. I don't even know why I'm showing it to the screen. I just show a picture of it so they can see. But pick this up. Cool. Have both versions. Sternwind, which I actually talked about in a review video I did on it. Had to show this off again. A must-have for Dreamcast owners. An awesome game. Very impressed with it. It's one of those games that just it can be tough, but you're gonna want to get good at it, and you will if you practice. It's just awesome, guys. Just pick up Sternwind because I'm still like, whoa, like.
Yeah, let me see this real quick.
Yeah, it's awesome. Oh, you haven't seen it? You haven't seen me play it yet, huh? I should have got the Dreamcast.
No. Break that bad boy out and check it out. What's another really awesome shmup that's for Dreamcast? Is it Ikaruga?
I don't like Ikaruga.
That's the one where you get like the light and dark, and you can switch between the two.
You like that?
I thought it was awesome. Like me and my roommate played that and thought it was sick. But
it's a good game. I'm terrible at it, so I don't like it.
Yeah.
And in my last game here, what I'm going to show off, a game is very dear to my heart. If any of you guys know about the Longest Journey series, Longest Journey came out I think back in 2000 for the PC. Did really well. Sequel came out 6 years later on the regular Xbox, and PC. Didn't do as well, so the game went in limbo after a while. That game ended on a cliffhanger, but they were able to kickstart the third and final game of the Longest Journey of that series. I don't know if there'll be any other games after that, but Dreamfall Chapters. Dreamfall Chapters is a conclusion to the story of the Longest Journey game and the last game, Longest Journey Dreamfall. Excellent game, just really heartwarming. You love the characters. It's just lots of story development in this game. It's just really cool, and I can't really express it enough. It's already one of my favorite PS4 games because I've been waiting for this game to come out for years. Not literally waiting for it, but just wanting it to come out. It finally was able to happen, and I beat this game already 3 times, so I usually don't go back and beat games 3 times anymore because I gotta show love to the next game. But this game, awesome. Check it out. And that's it, buddy.
All right.
The show is yours.
So, something I just picked up very recently. I got it for a great deal at a local pawn shop.
Right.
And I never expected to pick one up. Everyone's been talking about the Switch, sorry. And I got myself a Wii U.
Yeah.
And yeah, I got it for like $130. Local pawn shop. They were just trying to get rid of it. And
did it come with any games?
It came with Mario Kart 8 downloaded on it, and I was stoked because I bring it home and I was like, fuck, I'm not gonna be able to play it. And to find that on there, I love Mario Kart 8, by the way. If I had that in case I'd shown it right now, because that game freaking rules.
Yeah, nice, dude.
It is a blast to play. And of course, I'm on the hype train, guys. On the hype train. Had to get Breath of the Wild. I like Zelda. I've played it over the years, but I'm not like a huge fanboy or nothing like that. But I will say that this game is really impressive. The gameplay mechanics they changed. It's way more open world. You start out You get to the first part of the game, you're like, I think I know what I'm doing. I get it. And then it's like, no, you don't. And it just expands incredibly.
Wow.
So, you know, I mean, even if you're not really a Zelda fan and you like open world stuff, you know, pick it up. It's a great game. I'm not going to go too much into it or any spoilers or anything like that, but just to tell you that I was actually very impressed with it.
That Zelda version, that actually might be a rare version than the Switch one.
I bet you one day it will be.
Last release, so yeah. Very cool you got that, dude.
And, you know, personally, if you're going to ask me if I like the Wii U or the Switch better, I did try Joe's Switch. To me, you know, I don't really care to have a Switch. I think it's really cool. I think some of the features are great, but
if it came out instead of the Wii U.
Yeah, I got a Wii U because it was cheap, so I could play this bad boy, alright? Like, that Mario Kart 8, that's really almost all I care about, and then Smash Wii U.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so check it out, whether you got a Switch or Wii U, pick it up, check it out.
Not that we're a hater of the Switch, it's just the Switch, we feel kind of should have came out instead of the Wii U.
I'm not spending $300 or more.
Yeah, if it came out 4 years ago, that would have been
I'll
really
wait
cool.
for it to get a slim version or just have it be cheaper.
There you go, man. So, alright guys, that's going to do it for this episode of Best Friends Show Gems. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you when we get some more gems.
Yeah, I mean, we might have some ideas for more videos besides Best Friends Show Gems, so just stay tuned and see what happens.
Alright guys, see you later.
Take care.